Hello, everyone. A very good day to all of you joining us live. Welcome to Kissflow's Global Demo Day. I am Megha, your host for today, and with me, I have our expert and the speaker for today, Mr. Arvind Shivaram. He is the senior solution consultant at Kissflow. With over 7+ years of experience in solution selling and deep understanding of digital transformation, Arvind has been instrumental in delivering solutions that simplify and enhance enterprise workflow automation. His expertise ensures businesses can leverage Kissflow to enhance operational efficiency and boost revenue. In today's session, Arvind will be walking you all through how you can transform your electronics production management in just 30 minutes. What you can expect out of the demo is, firstly, you will have an in-depth understanding of how to automate workflows, digitally transform processes, gain complete visibility of each and every steps in the production journey, from request submission to packaged product readiness, all of that. And finally, you will also learn how you can save time and reduce errors using Kissflow's platform. So without further delay, I would like to set the stage for Arvind so that he can walk you through a quick presentation and then towards the demo. So over to you, Mr. Arvind.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining today's demo session on optimizing electronics production management. I'm Arvind Shivaram, Senior Solutions Consultant at Kissflow, and I'm excited to walk you through an innovative app that we've recently developed on the Kissflow platform. For those who may be less familiar, Kissflow is a versatile platform that enables businesses to build custom solutions tailored to the unique needs. What I'm presenting today is just one example. You can think of it like a template. If you're looking to adapt this to a more business-specific use case, modify the process workflows, or even redefine the dashboard metrics, all of that can be seamlessly achieved within Kissflow. The demo app that we'll be exploring today covers the entire lifecycle of electronics production management, starting from the R&D idea submission and all the way through to the production management. It incorporates 9 distinct user personas, ensuring that every step of the process is accounted for. With that being said, let's dive right into the presentation, followed by the demo of the app, and see how the Kissflow platform can streamline your process. Let me quickly go ahead and share my screen. So yeah, in today's demo, using Kissflow's platform, we're just going to see an app which predominantly covers 3 workflows. All the workflows are integrated with each other, and there's going to be 9 different user personas acting in this overall application. So what are the 3 workflows? The R&D proposal, the R&D processing, and then the production management. The proposal is for everyone who can initiate or submit their proposal to the R&D team. The R&D processing is specific to the R&D team to evaluate the request and take it to the next step. And production management is specifically for the production team to take care of the activities right from the designing till the inventory write-off. So the 9 user personas of this application are these. We have the requesters and then the business head who monitors or has a bird's eye view over the entire application. He'll be able to view and get insights from both the research team as well as the production team as such. And the storyline of this entire application, I'll just try to put it in a very simple manner. The process begins when a requester submits an idea or a proposal to the R&D team for the review. And once the R&D team evaluates the proposal, they initiate the project by providing the detailed guidelines and requirements. Once this is available, the production team takes over. They start from the design phase and they continue to the final stage, including the inventory write-off. This comprehensive workflow ensures that the idea is developed, refined, and brought to completion, covering all the critical stages from concept to production. And this is a simple swim lane diagram of the different processes that we have in the application. How are they interconnected? So once we get the request to the R&D team, they start with their activities such as the market analysis, they do the competitive study and so on. And once that's done and once they have the basic guidelines and requirements, and then they pass it on to the design team gets the details and they start working on the design. And once the design is ready, the design is being reviewed And once that's approved, it goes on to the development team for the product development and prototyping as such. Once that's successful, they move it on to the production team, where the production team, based on the data that they have from the design team and the development team, they start making the production in bulk numbers. They work on the work order creation, and once the products are successfully produced, it then goes on to the quality check team for and quality check. And once the QC is approved, it then goes on to the packaging team for the product packaging, and they send it to the inventory for the stock arrangement and so on. So this is a simple streamline diagram showing you the entire life cycle that's being covered in this application. So with that being said, let's quickly jump into the actual demo. Now, I'm just simulating as someone called as Bruce Lawrence. In this case, Bruce Lawrence is just a requester who can log into the application. And for a requester, once they log into Kissflow and open the app, this is the very first screen that they would see. A simple screen where they'll be able to initiate a proposal, and they'll also be able to review and track the multiple requests that they have initiated before. So now let me just quickly go ahead and initiate a proposal. I'm just going to go ahead and choose my department as sales. I'm just going to go ahead and give my project name as Fusion 1. And I have to choose the type of electronic that I am submitting the proposal for. So let's say if I choose consumer electronics, the gadget type is going to be laptops or mobiles as such. Now let's say if I change the electronic type to audio equipments, now the gadget type changes. So basically, the form is a dynamic one. And accordingly, based on the department that I choose, the approver is going to change. So let's say for sales, we have a person called as Alex Turner who approves the item. If it's going to be management, that's going to be assigned to Arvind as such. So based on the department that we choose, the form automatically navigates or routes through the different set of approvers as such. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and choose the electronic as the consumer electronics and the gadget type as mobiles. I need to fill in some information very specific to my project description and technical requirements as such. So let me quickly take some information which I already have. So I'm just putting those details into my technical requirements, and similarly, I'll just copy the data of my project description of this specific Fusion 1 project. Right, I have filled in the information. I can review it before I could submit. To do that, once I click on the details, I'll be able to see the actual workflow part. So as I could see, once I submit this item, that goes to the request review stage, where that would be approved by Alex Turner. And once he approves, the flow gets completed. And if I wish to add a specific comment to Alex or attach any documents as such, I can also do that. So I can click on and make an @ symbol, tag a user, and key in my comments. So that's how it's done in the comment section. So I click on submit. So once I submit this, as you could see, one of my requests is in the in progress queue, and I could see that's currently under Alex Turner's queue. So let's see how this specific request that's submitted by Bruce would be perceived by Alex. So let me quickly shift my screen to Alex login. So this is the login for Alex. And Alex, once he clicks on my task, because my items are the ones that's part of my queue. So basically the ones that are initiated by me. And if I click on my task, I'll be able to see the items that's assigned to me. So since Bruce initiated a request and currently it's under the Alex Turner's queue, I click on it, I open up and I'll see the details that has been provided by Bruce. Right? And I can again make use of the comment section here to tag Bruce and get some basic information if I want to, and so on. And even if required, I can also assign this comment to Bruce as well. So that's how it's done. And as an approver of this item, I'll be able to reassign this or delegate this to a different user, or send it back to Bruce itself for any changes, or reject this item or approve this item. So now in this case, let me quickly go ahead and submit this item. So the moment I do this, the item is getting approved, and the same would be reflected in Bruce screen as well. So as you can see, I'm just jumping into Bruce dashboard screen, and you can see my item is being completed over here. So the very first workflow is successful. It's a simple workflow, which is an R&D proposal. So once my proposal is successful, now it goes on to the R&D team. So I'm simulating as a business head in this case, and this is my login, right? And for business head, the way how we have designed this landing page and the dashboard is quite different. So keeping that in mind, business head is a very important role, and they need to get a view of all the metrics that's part of the entire life cycle. We have this dashboard screen where, based on the persona, the business head can simulate and see what are the different activities, what are the different metrics and progresses that's happening within the R&D team and the production team, right? So that's why we see a dashboard persona here. But I'll show the dashboard screen to you in a while. I'd like to show you the actual workflow part. So we have the R&D here. So click on it. And when I click on my task, the request that was initiated from Bruce is available over here, right? And as a business head, I'll be able to choose who's going to be my project head. Let's say in this case, I just choose my name as well. And I can choose a couple of my project members as well. Define a project start date. Let's say this project is getting started by 10th of February. And by 2027 May, this project comes to a closure. And I can define a budget for this specific project. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and give it a budget value, right? And here we have something called as a final approval. Now, this is again a dynamic assignment. So based on the electronic gadget that we choose, the approvals are going to change. I click on details to see the actual workflow. So once the business head approves it, it goes to the R&D team or the research team to provide the basic or the detailed guideline documents so that the production team can look into these documentations as they initiate their job, right? And let me quickly go ahead and submit this item. So once I do this, the items is now moved into the R&D team's queue, right? So let me quickly show you a screen of Diana, right, who's from the R&D team. So once Diana logs in, so she has a dashboard screen. So this is the R&D dashboard. The same dashboard can be accessed by the business head, right? And like, let's say here from the dashboard persona, once I click on research and development, I'll be able to view the same dashboard as well over here. I'll be able to view the dashboard screen over here, right? So what we have in the dashboard screen is a dynamic dashboard. So, and there is no scripting involved in this. It's very simple to handle it on the platform. So as someone who's part of the R&D team, I'll be able to see what are the different budget allocations across the different type of projects and what's overall budget, which is the highest and so on. A quick progress items of how many items in different stages. And I can also initiate a new request from here as well. And a couple of metric reports showing the insights very specific to the R&D team and activities as such, right? And I can also review all the projects across the gadgets classes. And I can also review the step metrics performance that's happening across different teams, across different steps. What's the minimum time? What's the maximum time? How many is being rejected? How many got completed? So a lot of information based on the different timelines is visible over here. And sticking on to the process part, we have the R&D part over here. And when I click on my task, the Fusion 1 project that has been initiated from Bruce is available over here, since this has been approved by my business head. So once the business head approves it, as you can see, each and every step that's getting completed, or it's in the in progress state, that's visible here in the status queue. And once it is approved, along with the date and timestamp, it is getting added. So basically, you can think of it like as a mini audit log to quickly check which user performed a specific action at what date and time and so on, right? And I just quickly go ahead and upload a simple document, which is a design and development plan, right? So likewise, the documentation has to be provided for the testing and also for the prototyping. So let me quickly go ahead and upload those documents as well. Yeah, I've submitted my testing plan, and just quickly going ahead and I'm just going to submit my prototyping plan. So what happens is, after I submit, So basically, this is a parallel workflow. So all this happens in the same time. The design, the testing, and prototyping happens at the same time. Once we have all these documents, it then goes to the project edge validation, right? So once we submit, it goes to the project head. In this case, it was Arvind, right? So I click on R&D, my task, and I have them here in my project and validation queue. I open the item, I see all the information again, and this is where I'll be able to evaluate the data that has been provided by me from the R&D team. So is sufficient market research done? Is sufficient consumer demand is evaluated? Do we have the computer analysis in place, right? So I'll be able to perform a checklist of this and acknowledge it by adding a signature. I can finish the validation. So once the validation is completed, it goes to the final approval. The final approval can give this information, sign it off, right? Can give me comments or remarks. The final approval can add his own signature and approve. So with this, the second workflow, very specific to the R&D team, has been completed successfully. And now this item automatically triggers the third workflow, which is for the production team. So let me quickly jump to the screen that we have designed for the production team persona. So this is Tony's screen, and he's part of the production management. So basically, the request that has been initiated from Bruce, it went to the R&D team, and once the R&D team reviews it, it has been also evaluated by the business head, the project head validation has been done, and once all the approvals are in place, it automatically triggers the third workflow, which is the manufacturing or the production management workflow. And Tony being part of the design team, Tony being part of the production team, he clicks on my assignments, and he'll be able to open up the item and see what's the request, entire details or the history of information that we have very specific to this project. And you can start working on a specific item as such. So here we have the product design part. And if I click on the workflow, we have the detailed workflow. So we have the product design, the design review in place, and then it goes to the prototyping team for providing the product prototype. And then it goes to the production team for the product manufacturing. And then it goes to the QC team for the quality check. And then to the packaging team for packaging and inventory write-off. And finally, to the inventory team, once they receive all these items, they acknowledge the receival of these items. You can think of it like a two-way matching as such. With that, the flow gets completed. Yeah. So let me quickly go ahead and upload this document. Keep it as yes. I can choose the design is being managed by Nina. Do a submission and submit. So once I do this, it now goes on to the Nina's queue. So Nina will be logging into the system, and she'll be able to view them in her assignments. And she can give her design score, add a remarks, add a signature as part of the design approval, and submit. Now, keeping the time constraints in mind, I'm not going to show you each and every step, but I'm going to show you an example of how a completed workflow might look like, right? So under the production, I have already initiated a key request before. So click on a completed item. It looks something like this. So we have the product design part, and then we have the design review. And then it goes to the product prototyping team, where we have the prototype ID generated, and that's been done by Jake. We have all the details over here, and then it goes to the work order information for the production team. And we have the quality check being done. And the package dispatch is initiated. As part of the write-off information for the two-way matching, they mention the items and the quantity, the details of the amount, and so on. And finally, the inventory team confirms or acknowledges the list of items that's been received into the inventory. Yeah. So that's what happens in the production workflow. And as initially said, as a business head, I'll be able to view the research and development team's dashboard, which is a detailed dashboard. And I'll also be able to view a minimal or a light version of reports for the production team, because the production team is an on-field team. We have kept the dashboard to be a simple and minimal dashboard where they'll be able to view the products or the production that's in current cycle, current year, and what are the upcoming products in queue and so on, and the stages of production and the production status ratio as well. Yes, and for the business side, they'll also be getting access to the section where they'll be able to review the approvers and the different type of electronics gadgets that we have. So if you wish to add more to this specific application, we can have multiple electronics or the gadget types. We can have them over here, and once we change the approvers here, this is going to be automatically reflected into the processes that we have built within the overall application. Right, and here in the approvers, we get access to the approvers of different departments. Right, so so this is pretty much that I wanted to share in today's demo session, and I hope this was very much helpful.